here in San Diego, it wasn't hard to get some pretty good hockey players to come to town. And my change in my life came May 4th, 2001, when right about here I broke my neck, where my old forehead hit my belly button, and 4 and 5 vertebrae, they went and dislocated. Wasn't on this ice rink, it was in Boise, Idaho. And at that time is when I lost breathing, my heart stopped moving, and I got that little bit of scar there when Billy Taylor, the trainer of the team, actually went out in the ice and cut me and put a trach in my neck there. And when he started breathing for me, he couldn't stop me from talking, because that's when I was saying, Billy, don't stop breathing, don't stop breathing. I'm in a hospital in Boise, Idaho, and at that time I remember lying there when Martin St. Amour put a phone to my head, was talking to my mother and said, you know, Ma, everything's going to be okay, they're going to take x-rays. And at that time is when the doctors came back and said, hey, we're going to keep you alive, but you're never going to walk again. And when you hear that, it's kind of surreal. But at that time is when my hero, Christian Zimmerman, came in the room, and he looked at me and said, I'm going to take over here. And after that surgery, about 6 days later is when I got flown back here to San Diego. The doctor said there's not a chance I'm going to make it to Game 7. So my mom put a pen in my hand and they made the X on the paper. I know it sounds like a movie, but that's really what happened. And they let me come here. And when we got out of the ambulance, they put me in a wheelchair. Went in the locker room, I talked to the guys. They came out in the ice and I got to sit right over here. Right over here, they closed the boards and they put a little stand, and in the wheelchair was myself, my fiance Angela, and one of my good friends, Clark Poglace. When I found out about the Gulls coming, that was great. And I got a call from Ari Siegel, and I think it was 2 days before the game opener, and that's when he called me and he said, hey BJ, we want you to be the color commentator on the 1090.
Yeah, and like we talked about before, the guys that have stepped up for the Gulls in this time of need.
It stood out to me immediately with BJ that having him with me was just like having him in the locker room. You know, I found out immediately what kind of an amazing teammate he is, and then he brings that hockey knowledge, and plus he sounds Canadian, which is great for a radio broadcast. I think it adds a little veritas. He's even starting to learn to link a noun and a verb, so we're getting somewhere.